Today what we're going to be doing is day 4 of our NAIC serious ladder testing. You know, on YouTube we've been going over each day, going over all the different steps that I like to do when I team build. We can bring up all the different notes that I take. I take all these notes like in paper. I go over the different matchup analysis. I go over your usage stats. And today what we're going to be doing is fine-tuning a lot more of the... how would I word this? A lot more of our flowchart leads, our S tier leads, A tier leads, because now we've substituted the Gyarados fully for the Glimmora. We've also added Protect onto our Talonflame, so I've adjusted what my S tier, A tier, B tier leads are. I need to get a little bit more comfortable with them, but I do think this is going to be the final form of the team that I do bring to NAIC. Slight changes might be made. I might still cut this skill swap. I might still cut this Protect. I might end up cutting this Imprison. I might end up, you know, adding a different move instead of Earth Power or Sludge Wave if I want something that has just a little bit different coverage. We're going to be playing on Showdown today, because remember, when we play on Showdown, what we can actually do is, while we're taking these notes, we can save all of the replays and get a much better understanding. Yesterday, we played 3 best of 3s. We won all of them in some pretty close sets, believe it or not. So I think this is really good for helping me understand what I need to be doing to do well. You know, on YouTube, we use a bunch of, like, anti-meta, weird, fun teams. But that doesn't mean that I'm not someone who has top cut multiple regionals, qualified for Worlds, won Premier Challenge, won mid-seasons. I've been playing the game competitively in VGC since 2011, and these are the steps that I take when I want to do well, when I want to see how far I can personally go as a player. These are the sort of things that I do. I take a lot of, you know, in-person like notes. I fill up notebooks. I write down all of the information. I'm someone that has to play a ton of games. So today we're just going to be playing the ladder on Pokemon Showdown, the best of 3 open team sheet ladder, playing some games. I know a lot of people want to see stuff in-game in Pokemon Champions, but I do think that we're going to get better practice in Showdown having access to these replays. We're going to run down what the team is real quick right before we get into these games. This is going to be a Mega Heracross team with a Glimmora on the dual Mega. This guy gets slower when it Mega Evolves, so this set right here, the reason why we still have speed here is so we can still outspeed base 130s like Aerodactyl and Jolteon if we have a Tailwind up. Being able to outspeed and pin that arrow off the rip is really important. So Heracross is going to be the guy we're building around. We have Archaludon here. Leftovers, pretty standard set here. You see that I'll opt to go with heavy Spadef investment over a natured special attack. That's just how I like to play it. I'm really comfortable with this set. I've been using it since Reg H. I think it's solid. Standard Sableye set, heavy Spadef with a little bit of extra points in defense. I'm thinking about maybe cutting this skill swap. But, you know, yesterday's episode, we went for that really cool combo where we skill swap the opposing Sinistcha to get Hospitality on our Sableye. And then if we skill swap our own Sinistcha who has Hospitality, both the Hospitalities activate. I thought that was really cool. And it's that last little bit of like, holy moly, that's something that no one's ever really done before. That's the sort of shenanigans that I like to bring to the table, and I think that it might be worth keeping around for the tournament. Talonflame, I ended up cutting the Wisp because after analyzing my usage stats from yesterday, I just didn't really realize I wasn't using Wisp. The Wisp was a leftover set from when I was testing with Chimecho, which I uploaded a YouTube video on recently. I think if you're using Chimecho, you should definitely be using Wisp. But if I'm not using Chimecho, the Wisp doesn't really do anything. Like, I have Reflect if I want that, and I think having Protect my Talonflame makes it a little bit less clunky. Do I ever use whatever that was it, Passwords? I don't even know what that is. I do all my stuff pencil, paper. The most digital you're going to get from me is stuff like this, and if I wasn't doing this for a YouTube video, I would be writing all this stuff down on a pencil and paper too. Big pencil and paper guy. Whatever sort of like memory that is for me, I need to take something down, and actually I will probably also, before the tournament, write all this stuff down in pencil and paper. I'm the type of guy that if it hits the pencil and the paper, the act of writing it down really helps me internalize it. It's like, that's like the, you know, finishing touch to get it to lock into my brain to actually be something that I can remember. That's just how my brain works. So I need to write stuff down. Really important. Up next is the Sinistcha here. This guy's been, like, honestly, like the MVP, I think, of the team. Full speed Sash Sinistcha outspeeds Bask, outspeeds so many things. Trades with Gengar. It's just a really good trade piece. Late game, a lot of people think this guy's just here for healing, but like, I come in and I just trade with something. It's like, I'm gonna finish off your Zard, I'm gonna do half to your Arch. Really solid. Machagacha for healing, like recap your Sash if you pivot in, like, solid. I think this guy's amazing. And then last but not least, the Glimmora, the newest addition to the team. It was doing much better than the Gyarados was in testing. It still has a pseudo good matchup against Zard, but it's mostly there for like fairies. So I would like to be able to test against like Floets, guard. If for some reason, like, we get up against the matchup that's like Mouse Hold Float or Mouse Hold Guard and those big fairies, and I bring the Glim and it still doesn't work, we're gonna have to cut it. Because, like, I feel like Glim is a solid option here, but at the same time, it's really, really weak to ground. We already have a big ground weakness on our Chaladon, who comes every game. The last Pokemon that we could test here would be either A, a Farigiraf, or B, a Gardevoir. So those, I still have a couple more options left in the tank for things I might want to test. I think Farigiraf brings a lot more value to the table. It tends to lean me a little bit more to the Trick Room option, but at the same time, I could do Imprison Hyper Voice to be able to stop them from Hyper Voice spamming me with their Sylveons. And I think that, like, covering up for that fairy, like, AoE weakness is really, really solid. So that's why I like having a Pokemon that resists fairy on its poison typing when I pivot in. So let's get into these games and hopefully get some big wins. Wish me luck. Here we go. Okay, so we see Archrain Venu. I think we have a good line into Archrain Venu. I think Heracross actually just does a really good job into this, especially because it's not Leech Seed Venu, right? So we see standard Arch. Foul Play here over any sort of, like, Encore Disable means that's really good, right? This is Bug Bite Scizor. I think Heracross is fine into that. Psychic, Helping Hand, Trick and Protect, and a Sash Arrow. So I could try these two here, and I don't think that that's wrong. The thing this guy's team is missing is a Fake Out user. So I have nothing stopping me from just, like, herp-derping around. If that Sableye had Protect over Foul Play, this would be a lot scarier. But I think these are solid, so I'm going to go with this. I'm going to bring... I think I still want to bring my Arch. And I'm going to bring my my Sinistcha. I think it's usable here. Alright, here we go. I don't know if there's any new client or stuff like that. Awesome, this is fine. So we can just pop this. Like, I don't care about this. You have to be playing a little bit passive here. So all we got to do here is hit our Rock Blast. It's going to be able to pop this Aerodactyl, outspeed it, and dump it. And if you want to protect there and do something here, like, the Tailwind's already up. Like, we already did, like, you got Leech Seed. I'm not afraid on Heracross side. I can just pivot out for Sinistcha. Like, I'm good. I just got to hit my Rock Blast. And I think that, like, honestly, Heracross is a really, really good check to Sash meta. You know, Sash Whims, Sash Arrow. Heracross kind of comes in hot and solves a lot of these guys. So let's see what they got. And one thing to note, I like the Guts Heracross on the base form over the Moxie one. I just like it a lot more. I think it's better into Scoville, and I think it's better into Glim and things like that. So arrows down, Earth Power, dumpied. GG's. Is Champions the VGC format for NAIC? It is, yeah. So Heracross took that big first KO. Absolutely love to see that. And now we can double into the Venu. We can drop a double Protect and Scout. I really like the Protect change on this Talonflame, because now I can slow the game down just a little bit and elongate its presence on the board to actually set rain, so I can do stuff. That's a scoop. Yeah, it's easy peasy, right? So I wonder what they're going to do here. See, this is a big part of the game, is understanding. Oh, they just scooped. Awesome. I'll take that. Yeah, that's fine. I think what they don't have a line in my team, by the way. They need a Fake Out user. They have no Fake Out user, which is why I was talking about maybe pivoting out the Glim for a Farigiraf, because, like, the way you beat this in a game 2 mix-up is, like, fine. What I'm going to do is lead, like, Fake Out user for Rig, and they're going to go, or sorry, Fake Out user and Arrow, and you get your Tailwind up that way, and so you lead the same way, and you pivot out the Talonflame for the Rig, block the Fake Out into the Heracross. You still take out the Arrow. Yes, they got Tailwind up, but then all you need to do is just, like, pivot back in your, what is it? You pivot back in the Talonflame at some point and just restagger the Tailwind. So it's a really, really good line. I think realistically, like, Serena is also an attractive option here. I think it's definitely usable. I probably shouldn't write this one down because this guy did, like, a massive misplay, but I will write it down because we're writing down all of our stuff here. So what we're going to do is, I mean, we led correctly, so you got to take your L's and your wins, and I'm going to take my win here. So that is right here. And so they went with this and this. And let's just upload here. I mean, it is what it is, right? All right, so we went with Talon, Hera, Arch, and Sinistcha. Game 1, and that's a S1 lead for me, I believe. So looking at the new page here, that's an that's S1, cool. S1's our basically standard lead here. Okay. Takes me a second to type all this stuff up, but it's okay. And then we hyperlink in right there. Cool. So we have our thing right there. Yeah, I think Serena is good because it provides a U-turn. Like, so what we could do, like the reason why Serena is good there is it provides a U-turn. Okay, another game. Scarf Serena? I think Scarf could work there too. Yeah, I would use it with Scarf probably. I would, because like we have room for it. Alright, Houndoom. So Mega Houndoom, nasty plot, that's weird. Scarf Chomp with Iron Head, no EQ. Watch out for that no EQ. So that's really important. Lefties Torkoal. I don't think give me an option to go to the left on their team. Only have 5 Mons. Wait, no, they have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the 6th Mon, bro? What? Hello? Give me. Where's Talonflame? What? Give me information on. There it is. It's right here, but it won't pop up there, bro. Dude, that's tricking me, bro. All right. Quick Guard. No item. Quick Guard Acrobatics. I've never. Yeah, dude. He's cheating the open team sheet, bro. All right. I gotta watch out for TR. I'm trying to think what I can do here, though. Talonflame mirrors are spicy dicey. You see, it's another reason why we might want something like that here. I think I could probably get away with some Glim stuff, but, like, I think for this first game of the best of 3, I'm going to opt to go with Sableye Arch. I think it's really solid into a lot of this stuff. I think I want to stagger with that Talonflame, and I'm going to try and close out with my Glim. I think Glim is better into, like, the fire spam. This Torkoal also does not have Earth Power, so this is a good game for Glim. Why does Garchomp have Gale Wings? Yeah, their whole team sheet is, like, wonky, dude. Never seen that. Like, is it... It doesn't get any better if I make it any bigger. Weird. Okay, so Talonflame, you can see if we hover their sets here, we can see a lot of what they have. Talonflame, with like, they have Round on that. I mean, we can just set Rain Dance and Electro Shot. I think you want Electro Shot here, because like, I'm not afraid of a Melodic. Good Protect. I don't care if they want to Scald. Double Protect, cool. We take those. Free Rain Dance. Cool, that's free damage, and at this point, I think that it's better to Light Screen because we just give them a Steroid, and at this point, we don't need to hit this anymore. We can just go for this and get the Melodic off the board. Cool. Yeah, Sableye Arch just works in a lot of situations. Yep, there's the pivot out to the Torkoal. Hey, that's absolutely fine. So this forces the Torkoal. We got the Light Screen up. Like, I think this is fine. We're hard charging it, but I think I'm all right. So they turned off their... So, like, this is a good example of, like, you can totally pivot in that Torkoal, but, like, that's fine, you know? I could Rain Dance here if I want to. I think I will. But, like, you see how it turned off the Melodic's ability to do, like, anything? So, like, that's totally okay with me. Like, it forces the Torkoal, but, like, you don't get anything for it. Yep. Here's that. Heat Wave, please no burn. Look at that. Nothing, dude. Nothing. And we can just double that slot. I can actually pivot out here, probably for Glim, and just get a little bit of value. I think I actually want to go after the Torkoal here because it's like I don't need to check this anymore. Actually, I'll just get the Melodic off the board. Note that our Arch is faster. Yeah, that's a scoop. Awesome. Cool. Yep. Game 2. Same thing. I do not think that we need to deviate at all. We didn't even have to use our Glim. Is our team sheet working here? Nope. That's so weird. All right. So Talonflame. Garchomp this time. Oh, he's waking up and choosing violence. So I think in this line, I think what you do is you reflect first and protect. That way, like, you have your cake and eat it too. Yes, you take a little bit of damage on your Sableye, but like that's fine. Quick Guard, bro. I don't care about that. Tantrum. Nice. So now we can Rain Dance. If you pivot out for Torkoal, you're gonna lose it. All we need to do is get up one Electro Shot, and then we can one-shot the Garchomp usually with what is that move? With Dragon Pulse. +1 Dragon Pulse will usually always get the Garchomp. But you need the +1. I could think about using Draco here too. I just don't like missing it, honestly. It does a lot through Protect, honestly. Oof, that's so much. And then this next turn, I think what I'm going to do is probably pivot out my Sableye for Sinistcha. This is going perfectly. Don't care if they want to bring in Torkoal here. I don't think that really matters. I guess if they do bring in Torkoal, I'll stay in and just hit the Chomp. But, like, you know, stay and re-rain dance at the chomp. And obviously, this guy's team is not nationals level, but you need to be able to beat these teams, right? You need to be able to deal with these things and not like even think about being threatened, right? That's the thing, is you need to beat these teams with absolutely no fear or like ability to even half be threatened. It sucks we got burned there, but I think we're okay. Like, you need to be able to roll these teams. Otherwise, like, you're not ready for a regional. Like, I'm a huge believer of like, you start at the bottom, and if your team cannot get its way out of like the 1200s, 13, 14, 1500s, like, you cannot do well. So yeah, let's talk about this one. They opted to go Melodic Torkoal for game 1, and then in game 2 they went, well, let's start writing it down. You see how like deliberate we are with the typing, right? So obviously they were not good enough to beat Sableye Arch, but you see how like we're bringing the right mons in the back, forcing them to be this tall to ride in game 2, but if it goes to game 3, it goes exactly the way that we want, to where the only way that we really lose bringing these 4 is getting out-tempoed by things like Houndoom and Scarf Chomp. So we win game 1. If we lose game 2 to them correctly changing their tactics to defeat us with the faster Houndoom, the faster Garchomp, we know the exact way to, you know, change what we're doing to punish that exact thing. So we're conditioning our opponent into making the right play. When they make the right play, we let them have a win. Now they have, you know, they have faith in that right play. They do it again, just like we did it again on the first game, and then we punish it perfectly, right? So that's the whole reason why our team works in these situations, is we can dangle people on a string and run people down the lines that we want them to, so we can correctly punish in game 3. You look at a lot of our games that we play, like, even when they go to game 3, every single time when I get to game 3, I'm the one who's comfortable in game 3. And I think that's really, really important. If we didn't take the time or effort, it wouldn't be competition. Yep. Yeah, so it's like, we're going through the motions here, but what I like about this is I call these, like, noob combos. You guys ever used to play Halo? You guys ever used to play, like, Halo, like, back in the day? Back in the day, MLG Halo days, you used to be able to have like a plasma pistol, and you would charge the plasma pistol, and you would shoot the plasma pistol, and it would homing in, and it would 100% break your opponent's shield, and you'd come in with the battle rifle, the BR, and you do one shot, or use a pistol, regular pistol, and you hit a headshot, and you get the win. We call that a noob combo, because it's basically a double tap, right? You need combos that can just double tap most teams, right? It's the same thing for Pokemon. You need stuff that says like, hey man, like, nope, really honest checks, right? So let's talk about what they got here. They have Mega Delphox. Man, my showdown is being like, there it is. All right. It's not showing me all their mons on the open team sheet thing. So we just got to look at it like this. All right. So we have Delphox here. Protect Mega. Melodic has Weather Ball. Okay. But no Protect. We can double that. This has Protect and has Citrus, so I got to watch out for that. This is going to be maybe a Glim check later. That's going to be a problem for my team, but nothing I can't get over. Really like that there's Focus Blast here. There's something we got to check that. And then this guy has like Gravity, Thunder Wave, Sunny Day, Encore. There's a lot of weird tech on this guy's team. But they don't have any Fake Out, right? So I should be able to lead anything that I want. Like, this looks really good on paper. I like Glim, but I think I'm going to go with Arch for this first. No, you know what? I can get away with Heracross for game 1. I can get away with Heracross for game 1. I don't think that this is the right play. I think you actually still bring this, because it's good here and it's good here. And then I'm going to bring the Arch in the back. We're going to try and be aggressive in this one. I think it's the right play. I do think it's the right play, because like, you see this Melodic here? Yeah, it can go for a Scald here. It just doesn't really get anything for it. Like, I'm going to rip a Tailwind. Also, I'm not afraid of this at all. I can actually just Mega Evolve and like pop your... Dude, this is going to do a lot of damage. Dumpy, let's go. I don't even... Yeah, see, like, the Read the Protect, we condition the Pin Missile, right? And Dumpy. 2, 3, 4. We low rolled a couple of those. You see, like, a lot of them were like 18s. It sucks to get scalded on that Talon Plane. It's a heavy special attack mode, but, like, Speed Control's already up, right? So we can run that in there, pick that KO up, run this in here, pick up that KO, and then when they bring out the Delphox, we have honest checks for it. So I don't want to go the Arch. I think the Arch is a better pivot. I'm going to come in with this. I could also go Sludge Wave, Pivot Arch. I really like that as an option. I think what I'm going to do is just Power Gem the Melodic. I think that will get the KO since it obviously has some defense investment. And even though they are Citrus, I think that picks up the KO with Pin Missile. Awesome. Love this. I like that we can use both of our Megas. You know, I really think that that's or both of our Mega options Heracross is usable without it in some situations. There's the Delphox on the Power Gem switch. Value. Value. All the way to the bank. Dumpied. Punished. Oh my gosh. And we miss a Pin Missile. Never lucky. Never lucky. We would have taken that thing out. We're going to get potentially Encored here. We can get Sunny Dade. You know, we were talking about potentially putting in a Ferrograph here, so we got to think about that being an issue. I think the right play here is actually Sludge Wave, Pivot Arch, because you could Encore me, but you're probably just going for like a weird Thunder Wave play, right? Yep, awesome. And now I don't have to take this Thunder Wave. I already got the Arch on the board. I feel like I'm in a really good spot. I don't really care about your Melodic. I think Sludge Wave plus Dragon Pulse doubling into this slot would be really, really good. What's Pin Missile accuracy? 95. 95 accuracy. Yep, totally okay. Dumpy. Yep, he's going to get a Citrus proc. He's getting a lot of value. Poison 10%. Love that. I don't think I take out with Arch here, but like, I don't need to. I have all the tools to win. Yep, and that's now your Melodic's poison value. I'm still faster than your Serena. Wow. Sludge Wave here. You double the Serena in this situation because like this guy can't do anything. And if they ever want to pivot or protect, like, they're taking too much chip. I really like the synergy here with the Sludge Wave. It gives my team much needed, like, AoE potential. Much needed AoE. Ah, never lucky, but that's why we doubled. There it is. And this Melodic, honestly, should not be able to grind out my Arch. It has Life Dew, right? But, like, they're poisoned. Toxic poison, too. So, again, same play wins out. Good spot for us to be in here for game one. And so we forced a... We went very, very tempo heavy. I think they're going to try their best to not lose their Mega on the pivot. So that means they're probably going to open up with, like... I think that there's value here, you know? I think there's value with, like, Delphox Sableye in some situations for them. Because they have the Sunny Day. Their Sableye might be slower than mine. I don't know if I need to go in at that. I can probably go Talonflame. Talonflame Arch look usable on paper. I think I will try the Talonflame Arch for game 2. Oh, they just scooped. Awesome. That works for me. We got a lot more info out of this game, but you see how we're trying to condition? If we go Talonflame Arch for game 2, and they go Sableye, if they want to go Sunny Day with Delphox, I theoretically can just do something with my Talonflame, because if we take a look at their Delphox here, they have Psychic, but our Talonflame should live the Psychic every time. So they'd go Sunny Day Psychic, we'd be able to manually Rain Dance, start going for the big damage. We could even go like Protect Arch, Tailwind if we wanted to, you know, and then we could bring out something like our own Sableye in the back, get up the weather control, and be in a good spot. So we take those wins, and let's write this one down. I think that's a good way to look at this game. Like, honestly, we just opened up really, really aggressive because I didn't want to go into that game where I lead Sableye Arch into them, and then, you know, what if I went for a Rain Dance and then they undersped me with the Speed Reduced Nature Sableye and they were able to Sunny Day under me? That would be really, really bad. I think one thing about Sableye is I might want to be potentially changing this to be a Speed Reduced so I can see that it's Speed Reduced in future matchups. The only reason why I wouldn't do that right now is because, how do I word this? I like having some speed in case I do skill swap. But having less speed when I skill swap could be good. It's hard to say, like, what is the right play. But remember, there will be showing natures at NAIC. It might be a better idea to be this nature Sableye, so I can see if I underspeed opposing Sableyes that would have weather. Like if they have Sunny Day. That'd be a really cool little line. Let's try it. I think it's worth a shot. I think it's definitely worth a slight optimization here. So we learned something today. So like, I think that's so cool. Like, even though we're at the bottom of the ladder and we're just playing against like random teams and stuff like that, we're literally learning ways to optimize to fight against like better players because we're seeing like what the, you know, the lower level players are doing. I think that's so cool. This is how learning is done. I'm gonna write that down in my notes. I think that's mid-set thoughts that we're actually getting value out of. Very, very cool. Okay. This is what I wanted to test against the most. That's Physical Zard. Okay. Physical Zard. Dual Wing Beat. They have Protect. No Wide Guard. Protect here. Wide Herb. Sinistcha here. Physical Zard changes things. I don't even know if... I don't respect Physical Zard as much. Heracross actually eats that. Heracross actually eats both those, but like, I think I can get away with this one here. I think that this is the game for this. I think I actually have to let them get a Tailwind up because they don't have the Garchomp that threatens. As much as Heracross is good here, you don't have Garchomp, which means you don't check this, which means I can go this, 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 and this for this game 1. I think that is the line. All right, let's try it. Aerodactyl, flow it. Awesome. What are you doing here? Like, I'm actually, like... who is your daddy and what does he do? Like...
Yeah, that's right.
You're just gonna Rock Slide. You're not gonna even Tailwind this. So I'm gonna pivot in the arch, get the proc. Pop it. Works for me, buddy. Show me that Rock Slide. Oh, yes! Let's go! Rock Slide! Rock Slide! Oh, no! Oh, I hate that, dude! I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve that. That's not something that I'm a deserving person to get happen to me. There's the Tailwind for free. Matcha Gotcha lets it outspeed. So no, oh, good miss there for me. I'll take that. Never lucky though, burn! Are you kidding, dude? Never lucky. Alright, well, this Aerodactyl's gonna go down unless I get flinched. Nice. So that's gone. We need to stagger speed control. Right, we have to stagger the speed control. Here's Sneasler. I can live that. Yo, let's go! I'm cooking it! Don't beat. Oh, why are you alive? That's a fat Sneasler, dude. Alright, so there's 2 turns left on Tailwind. I'm gonna hit him here. Let me get that. Let me get that. Oh, dude, I'm playing so well here. Alright, so we got speed here. As long as you don't give them a target for close combat, you should win. This is the last turn Tailwind. They have just float. I can actually, as long as I don't lose this, I win. So I think the right play here. They don't even have Trick Room. I need to keep this alive. 100%. That's just the line. If I keep that alive, I win the game. Yep. Totally fine. Don't care. Don't care. Showdown is very fast. Yep. There's the Matcha. I can imprison that. I don't need to hit the Sneasler. I think the Sneasler should have protected, by the way. Free damage. So I can imprison here. Or I can Matcha Gotcha myself. I think what I'm going to do is just probably Flash Cannon there. And just go for a Matcha Gotcha. Go for it. Let's go. Let's go, value. And we just check the Float with our Glim here. Oh, that's so good. You just don't give this guy away. He doesn't have any setup moves. So like we can actually just like fold this thing. Actually, we want to protect the arch, and I guess you can just go for Shadow Ball. It's standard damage. Like, I don't care what happens here. Like, just rip this thing, and then I bring out my Glim, and I win the game. Whoo, sheesh. So remember, we got flinched on the first turn of this game, and we still kind of hung on. That's really cool. I think they're not going to live that. Yeah. I wish that didn't crit, because I wish that we were able to win without... I wanted to see how much it did. But it's totally fine. So this is going to force a King Gambit for them. So if this forces Gambit, I'm going to bring Hera as opposed to Sinistcha here, I think. I think the same lead is actually really good. The same lead that we went with was... I think it was Talonflame, Glim, Arch, Hera. And Hera's just here to check the King Gambit. Yeah, it's random. Lady Bird Girl is one of my favorite Pillow songs. But I do like the Heracross adaptation here, and we can always go back. Because I think this is definitely going to be forcing Gambit, because we went like Arch, Glim. You know, they're going to definitely be going Gambit here. Sneasler and Arrow. Awesome. So you have Fake Out here. We can go for a double protect. We can pin there, pin there. I like this play. Yeah, I vibe with that. The Sneasler's already on board. So, like, this is going to break Sashes. And if you would have hit this, Like, I can still Mega my Hera, you know? If I don't get flinched here, this is really value. So we take out the Sneasler, you Rock Slide, break my Talon, right? Set the hazards, break your arrow. You see, that's value, guys. That's some big value. Just got to bring in the right Mons in the back here. Definitely Heracross. Because we can Mega it too if we wanted to. This is going to condition a lot of good stuff. Big poison. I think there's nothing wrong with double detecting here. They don't have a setup move on any of these guys. Yep, there's that. They're going to be chucking the kitchen sink at this Glim. So I'm alright with that. I think we just lose the Hera, honestly, if I'm being completely honest. Like, we do not need it anymore. Yep, awesome. Eat the Iron Head. Dude, this went really well. This went, like, super well. Might as well do that. Protect. There it is. Nice. One more tick of that. Good old-fashioned little bit of damage here. I think I actually want to double into this thing. Like, I think I actually can get away with, like, that. And that. Nice. Oh, did we lose here? Oh, I lost. Oh, I ruined. All right, so I threw that. I threw that game. I threw the game. 100% throw by me. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. I think I'm okay throwing that game. Hera does not survive a Dazzling Gleam for Mega Fluid. So, you know, if they... I think that I thought I'd get the Gambit, but, like, I should have just went Sludge Wave, foddered there, and then charged up an Electro Shot. 100%. I could have had a better line. I tried to do something different. It didn't work. Game 3. What are we doing here? Nope, I like this team. I'm super okay with whatever this team needs to do. We're going those. We're bringing Glimdrist in the back as a pivot. And Arch is clunky here. It's required if I want to use, like, a lot of different stuff. I think that this is a better play. So they're just ripping damage here. I like the double protect because you don't give them an option, but then they get their tailwind up that way. So they're going to fake out here, which means, like, protect. Try it. If you like dual wing beat / fake out me here, I just lose. Okay. And are you dual wing beating? He is. GG's. I think we just lost for that. We lost, guys. So we had a game where we 100% won in that last game, and we threw. And then we tried to do it again. Didn't work. Okay, how do we win? This is the right play. Break Sash. If you Tailwind here, I get to hit and then stagger. Good play from your opponent. Good play. It's both. But I don't see a way that we win in this situation. Yep, there's the Gambit here. GG's. The only way we would ever win is an Earth Power crit. He's taken the bait on this thing twice. Earth Power hits, and he burns. Yes, let's go! Yo, we got shots! We have shots, chat! It all comes down to whether or not we're slower than that Flow It. And we don't know how bulky it is. Because we can Trick Room here. I don't think that's the play. They're going to hit here and hit here. Fuck. I just got auto-selected. I just got auto-selected. Crap. Yeah, I just got auto-selected. Okay. I mean, it's not the best thing ever, but it's fine. I could have just killed that, you know what I mean? Instead of spiky shielding. GG's, we lost. Alright. That's frustrating. So Sash Arrow with Glim was the problem. So remember we said, if I'm still losing games to, like, flow it by making that hard change, what lost me in this game, honestly, was forcing the Heracross. I should have just went with the Glim. I had this game won, and I threw in this one too, so it happens. That crit that we got in game 1 that made it so I didn't know if I was faster or like how bulky that flow it was really problematic too. Because I wanted to know. I would have probably trick roomed to that guy. Ancient Power Zard. No Weather Ball. That's nice. Scarf Bask. Rotom. Alright, so I gotta get back on top. Anytime you take a loss, you gotta get back on top. What do we have that beats this? That's Scarf Bask. I think that, like, Talon, Hera, checks a lot of this. We gotta watch out for the Chomp here, but we don't really need, we don't need Glim for this matchup. I think that, like, those two in the back are good. As long as I'm not losing my Talonflame on the first, like, 2 turns, I think I'm okay. So they have a little bit of EQ and no Discharge. I can Rock Blast there and not care here. I think the right play is to double protect and see... Which one am I more afraid of? Like, I'm okay to get a Rock Slide off if I take out the Rotom for it. That's fine. Yeah, so we'll Tailwind. Rock Blast here. Okay with that. Yep. 1, 2... 3, because like I like this play a lot because it forces them to have to hit a lower accuracy move Rock Slide, force them to click Rock Slide, and hit the Rock Slide. Like, I'm okay with that, you know? Dang, I kind of want to put Sash on my Talonflame, guys. I think that's actually kind of nice. I go in with this, check the Zard. This helps check Chomp. I think I'm going to come in with this, get the heal. And then just Pin Missile here, pivot out for Arch. He'll stagger Tailwind, that's fine. Could have Trick Roomed there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Arch should eat 1 Heat Wave. But let's see if that's the right play for them. So we're at the perfect 4. I was really expecting Bask in that last spot. The out here is hard to see, but not improbable. Earthquake there. If you miss Heat Wave, you lose. We're gonna force them to have to hit Heat Wave multiple times. And he missed it. Yeah, that's the line. That's 100%. Hey, he had me pinned. I forced him to hit it. The idea here was protect there, Rock Blast, fodder Heracross, turn 2, bring back out the Sinistcha, go for the double protect, try and get the Trick Room up. You got to hit your Heat Waves. You don't have Weather Ball. Like, you don't have Weather Ball, bro. Like, we literally leaned into this. Yep. GG's. Hey, we should have lost that one, but we didn't, right? So good stuff. So because we won that one and punished him so thoroughly, I think I can get away with going Sableye Arch. I think that, you know, just how we got caught in our opponent's tempo, I think he's going to get caught in ours. Sableye Arch, Sinistcha. I'm going to Trick Room this guy, I think. Heracross. Yep. I'm going to Trick Room this guy. If he wants to run that same game down, maybe play a little bit differently, he's going to get out-tempoed really hard. He didn't go with the Bask. He didn't go with the Incin. He's going to run the same type of... Yeah, so he's just, I'm going to Trick Room this guy really, really well. So he doesn't have... He doesn't have everything that he needs. I'm going to go for a Reflect. He doesn't have Encore, sorry. Reflect seems solid here. I'm not doing anything today. What are you going to do? Moonblast? I don't care. Tailwind? Go nuts. I don't even need a Rain Dance right now. Like, I'm good. Yep. That's fine. I should be able to eat your EQ. Oh, double. I lived that, though, because I'm cooking. Awesome. He's going to Earthquake here. You need to keep the Sableye alive. That is a thing that has to happen. Yeah. I don't need to be weird. Awesome. Good read for me. I can get the Trick Room up here. So the idea is going to be, I want to see if they bring in Zard, you know? I want to see if Zard comes out here. Because, like, I will protect fodder, bring out Sableye, and just Rain Dance over it, right? That's I'm going to try and get my Trick Room up, but it's not, like, required. Yep. Totally fine. Rain time. And remember, that Trump's gone. So it's like, you're going to protect and pivot in your whims here, right? Is there any reason to not hit the Zard and hit the Chomp? I'm gonna hit the Rotom. Yep, it's just free damage. I'll stick some damage, you know. Free damage. You can hit anyone you want. You can go in with whims, and you're gonna Sunny Day me here, right? That's a good line for them. So they're gonna go Sunny Day, and we're gonna do the exact same mix-up that we did last time. You, my friend, have to hit Heat Wave. Go nuts. Hit Heat Wave. He did hit Heat Wave. Awesome. So we give him that one. All right, so we're now in a situation where 2 games, we've been out-tempoed. What do I need to do to get back in this game? I will win the game if I can get Trick Room up. I think that Trick Room is a better key here. So I'm going to lead with Sinistcha. Their board is like really passive into Sinistcha. I think I get away with it. I think if I lead like Sinistcha Glim maybe? I'm looking at it. Sinistcha seems like a solid option. Sinistcha Talon for that mid-game stagger. So they're going to Rock Slide. I walk in there, and we're already active. And then we just close them with Heracross. Love that. Yep. Nope. I don't think we can really establish speed control. The Garchomp's too problematic. Cool. So we can do a couple different things. I think I just pin there. I think what we actually do is just Trick Room and Dual Wing Beat your whims. You can protect. I don't care. This is a C tier lead for me, I believe. One cool thing about this is, actually it might be a low B tier lead, but you can go both Tailwind or Trick Room here, and they don't know which one's coming. And I really think if I just get the Trick Room up, I fold the whole game with Heracross. That's my thoughts. Zard has no line. If Heracross hits if the Trick Room goes up. Works for me. Yep. Yep, and you can't double tap. See, like, that sucks. Yeah, so Trick Room's now up. Da-da-da. So we're going to lose some Mons here, but, like, I think that we just fold them with, like, these 2 in the back. It would have been nice to hit some moves, obviously, but it's not required. Shadow Ball, target here. I could protect here if I wanted. I'll fodder my Talon Flame. Yep, I don't care. Yeah, I want to see what they come in with. I'd love to Shadow Ball this thing hard. Yep, Bask. Oh, the Bask on the Shadow Ball? Bro! Whoo! Sheesh. That's sick. Rock Blast pin there. You Flash Cannon. They've shown whims. I'll Flash Cannon Bask, and I will Rock Blast here. You're going to protect. There's 3 turns on Trick Room. I think they're going to get us. I think they will win, just barely. Oh, that's not the pivot there, though. That's not how this works. I just got to hit Rock Blast and I win. Yeah, you needed to pivot in, like, whims there or something. I don't know. You need to do something different. Because now you're stuck with Zard, whims, and, like, I just Rock Blast your Zard. You got to hit a double. A McDouble protect. Keep you honest. You gotta hit double protect, buddy. And then you gotta hit Heat Waves, but your Sun will be gone. So it's like, I don't think you even break the Heracross at that point anymore. I mean, you gotta reapply Sunny Day, but I'm gonna tap your whims. Your whims also has to hit a double protect. You gotta hit a double protect. Or I miss Rock Blast. I like that we full sent the Trick Room here. I don't normally go into the Trick Room mode unless, like, I'm really pinned. And so, like, I like that I had the confidence to do it, you know? Alright, that whim should be protecting this turn. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. Like next turn, I meant next turn. So like I just gotta hit a Rock Blast. Protect, good play. Double, he did hit the double protect. Chat, no way. No way, he actually did it. He actually got the double. I hate my life. I did all the right plays, guys. I did all the right moves in all the right places. Oh yeah, I'm gonna lose. Yep. Alright, we had to hit that because like Moonblast is good. Alright, so yeah, I lost to a double protect. The only outs that we have here are you missing another Heat Wave. GG's. I'm so tilted. So let's go into this. I like Sableye, but I'm seeing it as like the weak link right now. If you actually went back to our notes here, Sableye also was only being brought in 6 of the 14 games, right? And in those games, 5 of those were losses. I want you to think about that. 5 of those were losses. So I'm not seeing any real value. It's good at beating people who are really bad, but like if I just need Rain Dance, Talonflame uses Rain Dance. Okay, alright guys, I'm gonna do this. If I cannot beat this guy's team with Sableye Arch, I'm cutting the Sableye, right? If I cannot beat this with Sableye Arch, which I think, on paper, we should be able to beat this. Which one of these is better? Go that for the skin. First game. If I can't beat Sableye, if I can't beat this with Sableye Arch, I'm cutting the Sableye. It's fair, right? All's fair. I think they got a bunch of like decent tech. You know, that's a little bit of an overextend. That's a little bit of an overextend. So like this guy he's not optimized. And if Sableye can't get the job done versus like regular stuff, it's not the right play. I'm gonna reflect them first, or do I wanna? No, I'll light screen first and protect. And then you're gonna encore me, and then I'll get my dual screen up. Yeah, that's fine. I lived that though. Yep. Awesome. Reflect. And do what? Because you're gonna encore here. And then I'm gonna Trick Room and bring in my hair across. Yep. No, if I don't win, I cut Sableye. I think I can pivot this in safely, if I'm being honest. Yep, all gaming. Yep. Why not Talon for speed against? I didn't need to. This is Trick Room game. All right. This is the only thing that I'm scared of. This will KO it every time, and if they go into Zard, I will pop it. Yep, gone. Cool. You can Earthquake. I get a heal on my guy. There's the heal on my guy. Heals. See, this is like what I mean. Is like screens right here. Like we're suffocating him with these screens, right? I think you gotcha here to heal up versus the Chomp. But if I miss the Chomp, that's really bad. I like that play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the place, let's go. Hit this matcha gotcha. Look at that. Woo! Heals. Alright. Cool. I mean, yeah, it's as long as I don't get double protected, I win. Even if I do get double protected, I should still have I have Talon in the back, or is it Arch? It's Arch, right? Okay. That's a scoop. Awesome. Yep. See the value, like, that the screens can bring? It's like, so if I'm having a bad day, I can just be like, screens, bro, like, let me play the game. Like, all right, we're gonna lead like this here. We're gonna try and steal some games here. I think that this is still a really good mon here. And I'm gonna bring the Talon over the Arch. It's hard to say which one of those is actually better. Arch is a better pivot for Rock Slide. Yeah, I like it. If they lead Zard, I Rain Dance. If they lead like anything else, I screen. And I just pop the Whims, right? So if you lead like Whims Chomp, I do the same thing. Garchomp, Whims, there it is. Light Screen, Mega Evolve, Whims gone. You get your whatever up, but I'm going to Rain Dance over your Zard next turn. Oh yeah, he's cooking. He's trying to cook. He's trying to cook. Let's go. I know you got Citrus, but like it should still go down. 3, 4. Oh, awesome. Didn't need the crit. Like, do you see how good the screens are? And now we just go like Rain Dance over it, detect. Next turn we're gonna pivot in Sinistcha. He didn't Mega. Wow. Good play. Good play. I can pivot in here. It's fine. Take my boosts. Do you see like how good Sableye can be if you like, you know? Right? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. Like, this is the power that Sableye brings to the table. I actually think like, what are they gonna do here? Yeah, I'm gonna Rain Dance again, and you know, I'll let you kill that, but I'm gonna stick an Electro Shot whenever it comes in. Works for me. Screens are now gone, but I'm just gonna get some speed control up. Trick Room. And I get one more Electro Shot. You can Sleep Powder, or you can't. I win. Cool. Sableye, he's that guy, man. I'm trying to tell you, Sableye, he's that guy. He is the cruise control for cool against people that are not tall enough to ride. He's what makes the... Oh, you just got popped, bro. You better not flinch me like that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get out of here with your garbage. I hate getting flinched. Double flinch. Are you freaking... Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding? Are you actually kidding? Are you like actually kidding? Wait, are you kidding when you kid me when you're kidding? That is the worst RNG I've ever just seen in my life. There's no check for that. I just got double flinched by Rock Slide in a situation where I guarantee win. And he misplayed. And you misplayed it. All that work just to misplay, huh? How's that one feel? How's that feel? Oh my gosh, let's go. Garbage. Literal garbage. Oh my gosh, take those wins. I'm getting those wins. Sableye. We did it. We did it for Sableye. Ugh. I had my first turn 1 scoop on Champions last night. Double flinched, Rock Slide, double burn by Heat Wave. Yep, that happens. Yeah, man, I'm glad we won that one. I'm going to play with the Basque tomorrow. I think the Basque is better than the Glim. It adds a lot more value. And Sableye showed its worth when its back was to the wall, right? I'm glad we won those. Very, very good. Sableye lives. Yeah, the last thing we would need to do for this team is to change Skill Swap. I think that Skill Swap has viability, but I'm trying to think of like, I think that Encore just gets people to play differently. Like, they'll just throw Protects out, and you can't. And they'll just, you know what I mean? So like, the cool thing about an Encore here is that like, if I know that their Zard has to Protect to block this, like, I don't even have to hit the Zard. I can hit the Zard's teammate and just pivot in a Sableye and be like, ah, you're trapped. You know, I never even had to pull the trigger, right? I like the Encore a lot. It's just good, you know? I think that Quash also does have that value. Someone keeps saying Quash. I think Quash has value. But no one lets themselves get quashed, you know? No one lets that happen. That's like not a thing. Like they're just gonna swap every single time. And if I have to be setting Rain Dance to actually enable the Electro Shot to get tempo, like it ends up being clunky. One of the cool things about Sableye, though, is that, like, it can bypass speed control with the Quash. So it's like, when they lead, like, Talonflame or Whims or something like that, I think that there's more value in the Encore here. So anyways, that's what we're going to call it here. Hopefully you guys like the change we're making some small changes every single day, making it just a little bit better. So hopefully get some big wins. Still prepping for NAIC, but I'm going to get out of here. I have a couple sessions I have to take care of today, a couple other videos I want to do. I might stream in the evening, but thank you guys so much for stopping by. Appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.